Hey dude, how you doing? Just coming back with another video here. Um, I got something special I kind of want to share with you. Um, that being is that yesterday, because it's past midnight here in my time zone. Um, yesterday I got to attend my very first convention. Said convention, of course, being AwesomeCon in DC. Because as I've mentioned many times before, I live here in Maryland. Um, but yeah, how did I manage to get AwesomeCon? Um, of course, in practical matters, of course, I was able to just drive there and attend for like one day. So, well, I guess what inspired me to go to this one here? Um, well, I found out that the original Blue Ranger from Power Rangers, David Yost, that he was going to be there, and of course, over time I found out that uh, Black Ranger, Walter Jones, was going to be there too, and of course, upon finding David Yost, finding out that David Yost was going to be there, I was like, oh fuck yeah, dude, I need to be there. And of course, I found this out back in like February, by the way. Um, and we just, I guess, over the next couple months, I kept just going with it, going with it, going with it. Hey, we need to get this done up until yesterday. Now, I certainly would have been able to gone for the last couple days too, on the 18th and the 19th, but I guess circumstances only let me go for one day, and you know, granted, I would like to have been there for all 3 days, but I accepted what was going on. I was able to at least accept what was being offered to me. Although I would have like to have been able to go into a panel with David Yost and Walter Jones on the 19th panel that they did. But um, when I was there yesterday, on the 20th, um, what all did I do personally? Let's see, when I got there, it was about like 1-ish or so, uh, something like that, 1:30, I think. Um, and then I was able to attend a panel with Kevin Sorbo. You know, if you don't know who he is, that he's Hercules. Hercules, you know, in Hercules: Legendary Journeys, and he also did a TV show called Andromeda. So, and after that, I attended a panel um, with Richard Stephen Horvitz, who voiced Alpha 5, amongst other voices. He's a voice actor, by the way. I got to attend a panel with him, a Q&A panel. I would have liked to have gone to a panel too with Rob Paulson, but his already started by the time I got out of Kevin Sorbo. It was kind of like a conflict of interest, and by that I mean like, do I go to Alpha 5 or Rob Paulson? And I ultimately wound up going to Alpha 5. Because thinking about it, I guess it would have made more sense to be at a Q&A panel. Uh, and that could be there from the beginning rather than just be there from the get there in the middle. So, and I was also kind of doing it as a fan of Power Rangers too. So, but yeah, it was a very fun experience. With Kevin Sorbo, of course, and I was able to. There was a line where um, there were two rows of aisles of seats, you know, like here and here, and in the very middle there was a microphone. So, like when it came to, of course, it was a Q&A panel. Um, Line was able to form and ask him a question or whatever. I got to ask a question. And my question being that what was it like working with Lucy Lawless, Xena? I was originally going to ask him what was it like working with Michael Hurst. And I think they pretty much answered the question throughout the course of the and pretty much answered that throughout the course of the panel. So I decided to change it from Michael Hurst to Lucy Lawless. And of course I asked him then. It was very. And he said he had really no complaints. It was fun to work with her and all. And he jokingly refers to Xena in the show, the Xena Warrior Princess. He jokingly refers to it as the lesbian spin-off. It's kind of funny. I think he's been doing that for years because, if you don't know, Xena, the character, has a bit of a lesbian following, which is kind of funny. But yeah, and shortly thereafter, like I said, I went to go see Richard Steven Horvitz, and of course, where with Kevin Sorbo, he actually had someone introduce him, whereas Richard Steven Horvitz, he introduced himself, which I didn't expect was cool nonetheless. And he was very fun, and very informative too. Not to mention that he was actually very silly and all. Of course, I too got to ask him a question. What was it like working with Power Rangers, working on Power Rangers? And he basically said it was like a very easy job to do because he was basically doing voiceover, like in I, and of course he didn't have to. When it comes to physical work, he didn't really have to do much. That was particularly strenuous and all, but just overall, he said it was very easy. And he, in addition to Power Rangers, he's done voice like Angry Beavers, Invader Zim, and all that. And afterwards, when we're in the main room where we get to go meet celebrities and buy stuff and talk to people and all. Yeah. Regretfully, though, I did not get to meet David Yost or Walter Jones because we did manage to ask someone they had left a short time earlier at some point. Well, I imagine they probably left at some point, maybe during or after my Q&A panel with Richard Horvitz. I guess if I had known ahead of time that that they would leave, I would have been. If I'd known when they were going to leave, I would. Because thinking about it now, when I was in line waiting for Alpha 5, I could have been able to go and meet Walter and David, Walter Jones and David, yes, yeah. But that thought didn't really occur to me at the time, but I guess thinking about it now, maybe it's like, I probably should have done that. Now that I think of it, I probably should have, but, like I said, it didn't occur to me, so. But then again, it didn't occur to me that they would leave when they did, but nevertheless, regretfully, I missed out on the meeting, which is kind of fun because upon finding out that David Yost would be here around in DC, like he was like, oh shit, I gotta get this shit done, So, and afterwards, I actually went up and I was able to meet Kevin Sorbo up close and personal. Like, I have a book that he wrote called True Strength, and what that book is about is basically, for those that didn't know, he had an aneurysm in his shoulder, and which ultimately led to him having 3 strokes. And the book kind of describes his recovery of all that. And this happened, I think he said shortly at some point during season 5 of Hercules. I think as season 5 was coming to a close. It was like around that time. About that I was doing season 5. But yeah, like I said, I went up to him and got to have him sign my book and all. Well, the book was the signature itself was made out to my mom, but even though the book, when mom had actually bought the book for me, the signature was kind of made out to mom, and so we were kind of debating who keeps the book. I guess we decided to agree that's our book, and I guess we could agree to share the signature, saying I guess it's our signature because I was there. So, and of course, after we left and all, I'd like to have gotten a picture, but when we considered what we were able to do, and as luck would have it, we did have enough money to at least get a picture with him. So indeed I did. We had someone else take a picture for us, like having all three of us stand together, Mom, Kevin Sorbo, and myself. Well, two pictures were taken. We said we wanted to make it. The first one, we wanted to get another one just to make it good. The person who was taking the picture and all, but just yeah, that was awesome. Me, I wanted to shake his hand and then get a picture with him. Now, I guess I know I have seasons 1 and 2 of Hercules. I would love to have gotten seasons 3 and 4 because that's what his table is offering. But damn, not being able to have no money. And it had like pictures too, like picture where you could where he would sign it and you could frame it up on your wall. I would like to have done something like had had a picture like that too, where I could have him sign it and frame it up on the wall. But as I said before, damn, not being able to have money. So, but from what I was able to make of it, it was great. It was cool that I was able to get a signature, and and get a picture with him. So, I also got to meet Rob Paulsen and Ernie Hudson as well. And when it comes to Rob Paulsen, as I said for like the third time, damn, not being able to have money. Because I didn't get an autograph, regretfully. What, $10 for a picture? No, I guess if it'd been like, let me say $5, it was perfectly within my power to pay $5 to get a picture. But $10, you wanted, so And I guess thinking about it now, I wondered what it would have been like to get a picture with David Yost and Walter Jones. Probably $10 too, somewhere around that time where I was getting a picture with them. But regretfully, like I said, I didn't get to meet them. So, but like I said, I always want to go meet Rob Paulsen and say, and I want to come up and say hi. And of course, I know of your work and I appreciate you the work that you've done. I used to, what kind of voices has he done? Let's see. I know he's done. To name a few, he's done Jimmy Neutron, Animaniacs, and what else did he do? Pinky and the Brain. He also did Pinky and the Brain. Name a few, and the current TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that cartoon that's on Nickelodeon. I think he's voicing Raphael, and I think in the original cartoon he said he was voiced Donatello, which is kind of cool. So, and regretfully, I did not get an autograph or a picture with him. At least I was able to go up and meet him, and I guess just to say hi, I want to come up and meet you and shake your hand, and I guess just more or less say, of course, express my appreciation for him and his work and all. And he said he greatly appreciated it. And on the way out, we stopped by and was able to Ernie Hudson. He was in we got to meet him and shake his hand and all. And I didn't get a picture with him either, regretfully. But we just went up and said, "Hey, how you doing? You're a good guy and all." And of course, we expressed our condolences to having lost Harold Ramis, who unfortunately passed away earlier this year. God rest his soul. But yeah, and believe it or not, too, this was actually my first convention too. You know, you know, and I guess for what I was able to make of it, my first convention was a very good one, and it was on 420 no less. I know I know it was Easter yesterday. Because I can say yesterday because it's still, because it's past midnight. It's 3 o'clock in my time zone. Well, 3:09 actually. But yeah. For what I was able to make of it, my first con experience was yeah. It was kind of cool being able to be amongst my own kind. You know, nerd. You know, because I saw all kinds of like cosplaying. Like I saw some Star Trek, Pokemon, Doctor Who, uh, you name it. A lot of everything was there. It seemed like. Excuse me. But yeah, and granted, like I said, I've been able to I would like to have been able to attend for all 3 days. And I guess it's unfortunate that certain things weren't able to go the way I wanted them to. Such as being able to meet David Yost or Walter Jones, or maybe be able to get more autographs and get more pictures of me meeting celebrities and all. But I guess from what was able to go down, from what I was able to do that was within my power, yeah. And I definitely hope to go to more conventions. And hopefully next convention I get to go to, whatever that convention may be, and whenever that is, and whenever I'm able to go. Uh, Hopefully things will turn out uh, just as good as this one, and hopefully things will turn out for what I was unable to do. Hopefully things will more things will happen that than what was able to happen. I appreciate what I was able to do and what was within my power to do so. But hopefully, uh, hopefully what I was unable to do, hopefully I can do more than what you know what I mean. And just being able to be able to do more and all. I'm sure you probably get what I mean. But I guess we'll have to see what happens. I know Otakon in Baltimore is happening this year. I think in like August. Hopefully, I can get go there this year. But I don't think I hear that they can. They said to only have X amount of people come this year, so I can't guarantee that it'll happen this year, but I hope to. And I hope to be able to just attend this year. And I think we have a Comic Con this year. I think. Don't quote me on it. I'll have to look into it more. And if not Otakon, then hope I can go to maybe something like Comic Con, depending on when it happens and like when, where, and what time. Well, of course, I did say Baltimore, so that at least fulfills the where. Well, I guess I'd have to look more into it, so don't quote me on it as of now. And so I guess so. Even if I don't get to attend any more cons here in Maryland this year, or DC, or within like the Maryland DC area, if I don't get to attend any more cons this year, then I guess it'll be cool. I guess it's cool that I was able to at least be an active participant in this one con, and being able to um being able to take part in I was part of what went on this season. So for what I was able to do was a very noteworthy experience, and I did very much enjoy myself, and my first con experience was overall. Um, it's funny too is on 420 of last year, 2013, my mom and I actually went out to go see Jurassic Park in 3D because it was out in theaters during that time. They released Jurassic Park in 3D, At the time, a year ago, I not once conceived the notion of being able to go to my first con. Not to mention, I remember the first podcast I did with Toku Warriors, my friends, whom I've spoken of on this channel before. I remember hearing Ernie Hudson be mentioned. I did not conceive of being able to meet him either. So, but for whom I was able to meet and was able to do, I never once considered I would be able to meet a celebrity or meet who was able to meet. So, and also Kevin Sorbo, Rob Paulson, and Ernie Hudson. I met them all in that order. What do I think of them? They were very nice guys. Very nice guys. And with Kevin Sorbo, when he autographed my book, he I don't think we had enough money to cover his autograph, and he was actually cool enough to actually do it for free. Now, some celebrities out there don't do autographs in any capacity, which kind of sucks, but you know. But even if they do, some, of course, some might be more pricey than say someone like Kevin Sorbo. And some people may have this. Some celebs may have this mentality of like, excuse me. Some celebs may have this mentality of like, fuck the fans, give me the money, which kind of sucks. And that mentality does. But the fact that the Swarms kind of entertained the idea of doing something for free for a fan, it's like you have to give him props for that, because the fans are part of what made him who he is and where he is in life. So the idea that he entertained the idea of doing something for free, yeah. So like I said, overall, hopefully, I get to do more cons in the future. If not this year, and then hopefully maybe say next year, or just depends on the time, place, and whether it's my power to do so, and depending on where it's at. And hopefully next con I get to go to, whenever that may be, hopefully I'm able to, like I said, be able to just do more, just meet more people and go to more panels and get more autographs and get more pictures with them and hopefully have more money. So, but overall, very enjoyable experience. And I lost my when it comes to going to conventions. I lost my virginity in that. But you can definitely tell I'm a nerd, I guess. I mean, I'm 22 years old, and it's like, yeah. Then again, I don't know what my age has to do with it, but So overall, just thanks for all for listening, and to rate, comment, subscribe. See you next time. So, bye, guys.